really doing? I'm back here with The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know why it's be suddenly Dracula. Tears of the Kingdom. I want to suck your tears. Sorry, it's going to be a fun episode, I deem, because we are not doing any progress of actual progress this episode. I know that didn't make sense what I just said. We are only going to be doing fun things this episode. I've said this episode too much. What I wanted to do this episode, I have been saying for this entire playthrough that I want to use springs to make a leapfrog machine. A machine that, like, springs itself along that you ride on. We're going to attempt to make that today, which is why it will be a side episode. I'll be trying to avoid doing memories, story progress, shrines, light routes, any such thing. And this might be a 20-minute episode where we end up making something pretty cool. It might be an hour and a half episode where I flounder about, none of my creations work at all, and it's all a disaster. That's why it's going to be fun. It's because we have no idea what we're getting ourselves into. But step one, almost undoubtedly, is to find one of these things that gives us a bunch of springs. This one can. And one that gives us a bunch of stabilizers and carts. And maybe construct head to make it look like a bit more like an actual frog. And maybe we could put a hydrant in a mouth or something. I think we have enough steering sticks. And we gotta get a whole bunch of these things. Maybe this one? Because we probably want, we probably want to do this one and... God, where's the other one we found that had springs? This one. So this one has springs, this one has springs. But since we don't choose whether it's a spring or not that we get, I'm not as fussed about time bombs and cannons. Wings are alright. They're useful for many things. But I wouldn't mind having a bunch of extra, even more steering sticks and hydrants and beam emitters as well, because I could see myself using them. So I think we'll do this one and this one a whole bunch. What have we got that we can trade in for those things? Because I'm probably just going to go all out on it and trade all of them that we can. We have 19 charges and 4 large charges, and as for horns, we've got a smattering of a bunch. Seem to have a fair number of these construct 3 horns, so maybe we do a few of those and a few normal charges, and we'll see what kind of devices we can procure here. Although we're probably also going to want to get a bunch of zonite so we can rebuild a whole bunch of this stuff where possible. So what were the 2 I said I wanted to do? I already forgot. This one and this one, I think. Although getting a bunch of batteries would probably be a good idea too, because if this big device is probably going to use a lot of power. I don't know how springs interact with steering sticks. We have not yet discovered this ourselves, so this will be a fun thing for us to find out. Goodbye, Zora's Domain! It was fun. And I'll be back, don't you worry. Staying inside while Titan's waterwall can also be a good way to cope with hot temperatures. Yes, there were a few things I was noticing while I was editing back. What? Oh, it's just telling me that his vow is going to come with me now. Right, of course. While I was editing, I noticed a few solutions to puzzles that I hadn't before in that water temple. Number one, where the fire was shooting from the sky, probably you could have used the water bubble there to just douse the fire as you walk through it. We've got 2 wraiths with us now, this is so cool! Hi, Sidon! It feels so good to be back on the road with you, Link! Yes, Sidon. I forgot how tall he was. Let's go, friends! Oh, it's so cool, actually. I might just leave them on for a while. I was thinking it would be really intrusive before, and maybe by the time we have 4, it'll be really annoying, but I really like having these little traveling buddies with us who hop around with us on our adventures and fight bad guys with us. It's just so fun. And they look so cool, look at them. I forgot entirely what I was saying. Right, the water wall probably would protect you from the fire spewing from the ceiling, but also that thing where I used all my weapons to carry on the electrical charge, there was one of those water globules right there, and water can be put in between 2 electrical things to make the zappy go far. So I was being a bit silly. Anyway, we've got 19 charges here because we were fighting a lot of robots. Let's see what that can give us. We learned recently there's maybe some RNG as to how many of these give you. Right, because before it gave us 5 that one time. Or we put in 1 and it only gave us 1. Maybe it's like, if you put in 5, you also get some bonus ones. Anyway. So I'll stack a bunch of these in and we'll see how where we're at. Because I'm thinking the final product thing will probably have like 8 springs. Oh yeah, okay, there's a bit of randomness in how many it gives you. Cool. So maybe I just got unlucky when I put some horns in earlier, and I was wrong in saying that the charges do more than the horns. Sorry, Ruju, you can chill that out. 13 carts. 8 hydrants. 7 stabilizers. Is that what I was trying to get from here? Yes. Oh, right, I guess this one has 5s. Really, I should have picked one that had stabilizers, but only had 4. So that I'd have a greater chance of getting it as one of them. Actually, that was maybe my only one that has stabilizers. Anywho. I want a few more than that. I'm thinking maybe the final... The blueprint I had in my head was something like a few carts as a base. One of these, like, following heads with a hydrant on it. So it's like it's spitting out water as it's looking. And this looks like a little face. And then... 2 springs stuck to each other. Each foot of the frog will be like 2 springs stuck to each other, and they'll be angled 45 degrees down, like this in the front, and like that in the back. And then maybe the stick will help you steer it while it's in the air, so it springs. Then you can kind of control where it lands. I'm okay if it doesn't work really well, as long as it's like mildly pilotable to the point that we can do funny stuff with it. But we really need lots of stabilizers, and because I'm thinking we probably want us to put a stabilizer on the bottom, because if you're flipping it, if you're springing a lot, it's gonna flip all around. But I guess we'll see when we get out into the fields and start experimenting. Probably what I'll do is I'll save once we get down there, in case I destroy all these devices in a horrible, horrible way, or lose them somehow. So I can just keep reloading the save till we have a device that we like. Actually, 7 stabilizers will probably do us for now, considering we have we do have some limited resources here. Oh yeah, I still haven't used any amiibos, and I do have one. I'm trying to remember where it is and failing. Ah, here it is. So I got a Pichu. I got it as a Christmas present one time. I've never used an amiibo in any game. Why not? Let's use one right now. This is an experimentation day, after all. My very first amiibo use of any game ever. This is the only amiibo I own, after all. How do I do it? I guess I can't do it with this controller, maybe. Connect a controller that can read... okay. The Joy-Cons can read them, right? Right, they can. Okay, so I'm gonna do it even on camera for you here. I'm gonna put my Pichu... Dush! Ha! It gives you some food! Fun! And you can only do that once per day with each amiibo, is that right? Cool! Some people might say that's kind of cheating, I guess, but whatever. That was fun. So if I try and do it, it'll be like, you already used that one! Don't lie to me! This amiibo can't be used again today. You win this time, Nintendo. Figurines aren't really my thing. I'm more into plush toys, which is why I never took to collecting them, but... there are the odd ones I want for things that they do in-game. Physical DLC, as I like to call them. Anyway, that was a fun first for me. We got like a mushroom, a mighty thistle, and some meat out of that, I think. That's cool. Charges! Wow, that was a lot we got from that one just then. Thinking I daren't go with any fewer than, like, 12 springs, if I thought we needed 8. You know what, screw it! We have batteries we can use to get along, little doggy. Let's go ham and use all our large charges here as well. Why the heck not, hey? Boom, baby! Yeah, that's the stuff. Oh, I can't even move yet, there are still so many pouring out. That's an appropriate number of springs. This is a reasonable number of springs for people to have. Good, there we go. Ah, yes. Lovely. Marvelous. Oh, so delightful. How many was that? 18 springs. That's probably enough, right? Oh, why not? When are we going to use this many of these horns? What else can we get? Nah, the horns, maybe the horns do yield you less in all instances. I feel like I only ever get one from regardless of how good the horn is. Even a Construct 4 horn? Yeah, seems so. Anyway, yoink. I have taken ourselves to Hyrule Field out here in the nice, great open fields. Side and Reach are going to help me. They're going to be my consulting engineers here. I'm going to take the shield off so it stops telling us that. Actually, I'm going to take everything. We travel in light for this bit. I'm only going to have my tinkering hammer with me. There we go. That feels nice and light. All right, friend. We probably shouldn't do this near bad guys. Alrighty, friends. Welcome to Link's Workshop. My thought process was we would do something like start with 3 carts as a base. Yoink. Ooh, they're rolling around already. Okay, and I was thinking we would stick them side to side to side. Like so. And like so. And now we'd flip them over because they're going to be sort of suspended in the air. The springs are obviously the most important part, so let's get the 8 of them out now. There we go. And we want 2 on, all of them to be in pairs of 2. I'm very excited here. This is the moment I've been dreaming of since we started this. This is wrong. Altogether wrong. Oi! I'm building something here. Wonky with my tinkering hammer. Maybe we should wait till morning for this. I've been waiting for this moment for a while, the moment where we just get it to sort of let loose and just go to town experimenting and building with something. So, the structure I had sort of in mind, now that we've got our 4 double springs here, although it may be a thing where you have to have them out of tandem in order for it to spring the bottom, spring the top. Well, I guess it'll just walk it back and forth. What it might even be also is that we don't need any on the front, we just need a bunch on the back, and then stabilizers on the front, so it sort of leans forward and then springs. Especially as it stands, it's looking like it's going to be a bit claustrophobic here. So this is sort of what I had in mind, and now if we flip that all back over up on it right side... Oh, this one's not quite right, is it? It's not touching the ground. Oh, Keese, when will you learn that this is not the time? Listen, you... Well, I was nowhere close to that. Look, tomato, alright? Leave me alone. Right, so is that's more or less equal, and we're going to want the steering stick at some point to be here anyway, so now might not be a bad time to just figure out what a steering stick does to devices that have springs on them. Does it interact with them at all, or do you need something else to activate them? Oh, it makes them go once, is that it? Not multiple times? So I'd have to, like, click it multiple times to bounce along. That could work.
But if you whack it, it also goes, right? So could I put something on it and make it whack itself? And maybe there's a device we don't have yet that lets you, like, that's like toggles other Sonia devices on this device. But what if we put a beam emitter on one spring facing the other? Would it hit itself and then do something useful? It doesn't seem to. It just sort of runs against it like that. Even still, this is a worthwhile development, because if presumably we're going to be able to stand on it the whole time. So if I could just keep controlling and uncontrolling it, and we could spring it along, and then if we got a bit more spring power on the back here, and then maybe a bit less on the front here, it would actually fly forward. So looking like this now, how does it spring? Something's preventing it from really going up. Just not enough power, maybe? We'll give the springs in the back a bit more power by putting more springs on them. Now the angle is too steep, so it's just kind of springing against the ground. That was kind of why I also wanted some on the fronts, that it would be like pushing up as well as forward. Well, in that case, maybe the trouble is that what I should really be doing is turning this into a giant pair of, like, spring boots. And then we can angle it once it's in the air. I also have no idea if it's better directionally if it faces the base of the device or if it faces the ground. This would be sort of the joy of it if we set up to make a frog machine and end up just making something, some other kind of bouncy spring machine. It's incredible that they made it so that you can ascend up through devices that you move around as well. The amount of physics behind that would have been ridiculous. So idle. Springs sort of into the sky, yes. And how controllable is it during that? Not very. Right, so one thing we definitely need is stabilizers on the bottom of the springs. We just put the scrap pile over here. Probably you only really need it on one of them, but for symmetry, if nothing else. Ow! I'm just trying to get it to stand up. There we go. Okay, good. This is like a Wallace and Gromit machine. Right, it does rock back and forth, though. Maybe that plays to its favor. That'll make it easier to maneuver somehow. If it's rocking back and forth like this, and you go like, spring! Oh, God! Wait, no, get back up. Look, I'm working on a device right now. If you could cool it. Okay. Oh, maybe it was doing that all because I had turned off so that the stabilizers went off. No, okay, please restabilize. All right, okay, now how do I make it go? Oh, get bonked, you bunch. Thanks, Sidon, for having my back. So let me stand you up again, my friend. I probably should be using a slightly less good weapon for this. Nah, whatever. It's my scrap mechanic hammer. We're using this one. Right, okay. So now that it's awful and horrible like this, if we put one sort of like at an angle like this, just on the sort of back of it here. Yeah, like that. Maybe when that springs out, it'll launch forward. I also don't know how wheels work with respect to if you could put something on. I guess you can put things on them to like make them spin, like you did with the like you can make like boats that way and stuff, right? So alright, this one doesn't look the same as the other one now, but let's see how. Oh right, I can't do this while it's like this. Let's see what happens now when we make this thing go, huh? And again. Yeah, oh, it's moving. No one can say it isn't moving. Oh, it's moving, all right. Yes. Yes. Forward. Ah. It shouldn't throw me off, though. That's bad. Is it possible I can make, like, some little walls around it so that I don't fall off it when it does that? Maybe a few fans wouldn't hurt just to also give it a bit of, like, the tiniest bit of lift. We put those sort of on the bottom of it. A bit of lift and a bit of forward. Let's see how that goes. If you activate, the fans are helping, sort of, maybe. It's hard to say. It is really difficult to say, I gotta be honest. And I am not personally hugely fond of how I have to keep activating and deactivating it for it to go. Alright, I think the fans were a no-go. The problem, I think, is that we're not getting enough lift from this. We bounce in the air for like a half second, which isn't enough to travel any distance. So really, maybe we need even more springs on the bottom, although scary as that is to admit. The thing I'm having trouble with here is that basically the only control over I have is when it is on or off. I can sort of arc it a bit, but... Oh, please activate again. Oh, damn. Oh, stuff it. Well, let's put even a few more springs on the back here. We can always reload this save in a minute when I find that I've used too many devices anyway. Ow! I did not see that happening. Right, sorry, I forgot that these springs are out of tandem with the other ones. The frame rate is not at all happy with me. Come on, give me the full square stick. Yeah. Now what are we thinking about that? How does that strike everyone? I really like it. I really do like it. Okay. Now, if only we could get some way to Boing. Okay, there's some boinging action going on here. No one will say there's no boinging. Okay, maybe we take the fans off for a moment. They are draining a lot of power themselves. Is there maybe while you're controlling, if you hit Y, do things activate? There's probably a way while you're controlling it to like make things active. Oh, you can scope while you're riding things. Oh, cool. I don't want it to be like especially practical. I just want it to be possible for this thing to move in like a straight line without throwing me off. Or, you know, like as a roughly straight line. I want it to be able to activate, to do something to make it spring forward along on our way. I like what we have so far, but I'm gonna load it again and start again. Try a different configuration. I think we can get away with something simpler, perhaps. Right, what I was thinking this time is I think I like the idea of 3 carts, but this time instead of putting them side to side, I stick them front to back. We have like a long thing. Maybe the forward springing motion will be sort of more applicable here. I'm gonna put 1 stabilizer on the front, steering stick on the top, of course, and I'll bring out 3 springs and see what we can do with all that. I'm not even sure what shape this will take on once I stick this all together. It's all part of the fun and learning experience. And sort of right on the front nose of it, we put this, and then of course we have to flip it all around to get the stick on. I'm worried it's going to be at a pretty severe angle, right? It's going to be like leaning down like that, but maybe this is exactly what we need. If we then put that there. Is it on an angle like that just because of the hill? So it springs, and then the stabilizer kind of puts it up like that, but if I keep mashing it, will it spring open forward enough? It doesn't spring forward very much. It's weird. Maybe the problem is that I have the base is too heavy. Huh. Or maybe the stabilizer is causing issues that I'm not foreseeing. Let's try without it for a bit. It is certainly moving forward more without the stabilizer, I think. No, maybe not. What I had in my head was a device that would spring forward and then sort of like it would sort of bounce forward in an arc every time you sort of activate the springs one way or the other. So maybe the design of it needs to be slimmer. What if I use the carts? Because they're very good as also just sort of basic building blocks. And made a little sort of box for it. What would be really nice is if I had multiple sets, if you were able to, and I don't think there's any way to because that would be really complex, if there was a way to have different control sticks control different parts. So I could have 2 control sticks, one that like makes it a flying, like makes it controls the wheels or something so it drives, and I swapped the other one to make it bounce so it can be like a vehicle that has multiple functions. But let's just see what we can manage here anyway. I mean, maybe the explanation really is that we just need like way more springs than I have attached to it. We only need like 20 springs on it and it'll send it like absolutely flying, and that's a good thing because at the moment it's like we're just kind of dragging along the ground, right? It is kind of inchworming along now. This is in some ways an improvement. If I did this, we would eventually get to Lookout Landing if I did this for like an hour. And this, of course, is where the stabilizer would come in handy, so I could actually get on it. Let's put it on now. At this rate, I've sort of given up a little bit on making it a frog-shaped thing. I just want it to stand. Oh, wow! Getting up to it will be a challenge, especially in the bloody rain. Okay, now hang on to it tight. Oh. Ow! Should have taken this somewhere snowy so that it would never rain. So, boingy boing, and but really, we can get some decent spring action. The trouble absolutely is actually controlling it, because it's wobbling back and forth just because that's how it was falling when I turned the stabilizer on, but I'm actually not doing anything to make it turn a direction. Okay, all I'm saying is let's explore our options vis-a-vis how many springs we want to put on this godforsaken thing. Oh, so wibbly wobbly. And let's just sort of stick it vaguely to the back here. Yeah, plonk. Now this, I mean, how could this not... Whoa, it ejected me. Well, that's a fun use for it. Am I only falling off because it's so fast, or is it because there's no wall there? Like, if there was a wall there, would I be able to stand, keep holding the device? Interesting that the spring also, because there's so many springs, now it flexes. Could we use that somehow? Alright, so if I take out one more spring, then we're at 10. What if I go back to the 2 legs theory, but this time with way more springs? What if we have one stuck to like the corner like this, that's pointing up, and then we have the other one pointing the opposites away, so it's like 2 pairs of like a pair of legs. And then when it all stands up, oh yeah, oh yeah, wait, no. There is no stands up. Get me in there, please. Too high. Whoops. Hang on. Alright. If we control this device, and then the legs all... Yeah, this is not working. So now, when upright... Oh, I broke it. No, no, no! Oh, I've now done this. It's just not exactly what I meant to do. That's not going to do anything, is it? Though it does give me an idea. I don't know what happens if a stabilizer is in the air when you use it. Does it still try to keep it upright, or does it just give up? This rock is in the way of our building grounds, so... Alright, I was bold enough to ask myself the question, what if we put 2 springs facing backwards and then one facing down? The one down being a bit bigger, so that we get a lot of bounce and lift. Oh, it was in the right spot, hang on. Yeah, no, damn it. It moved at the last second. I took the card off, that's not what I meant to do. Damn it. Oh, it's barely symmetrical. Actually, maybe the fact that I've accidentally flipped this upside down has made it better. Maybe putting a stabilizer here with a bit of a gap is better. Maybe not, but maybe. God, look at the tracking dot. It has no idea where to stick this thing. Since I have been bold enough to ask the real questions in this society, like what will happen if you put a stupid amount of springs like this? The only thing now is science. The only thing left is science. Now we just have to science. Now all that's left is... This is not gonna work ever. How could this many springs not bring it into the sky more than like a meter? It seems like the stabilizer does sort of help even still, even though it's not touching the ground. Maybe the answer literally genuinely is just that there are not enough springs on the back here. But we did see before that when you put a lot of them, they go all spindly. I was thinking earlier that the stick limit seems pretty small, but you know what? Looking at this, I understand why they decided that mankind should have limits. Oh. Well, that's a shame. Okay, now, I'm gonna bonk this thing, and it's gonna stay... Oh, did it say control there for a second, or was that climb down? You know what? Let's just bonk it. Have it stand up, see what that does for us. Maybe this amount of springs will finally achieve the forward momentum that we've been dreaming of all this... Did it just destroy the other springs in the background there? Oh god, it doesn't even go forward! Oh no. It's making awful noises. Okay, there's a minor to major chance that we're gonna have to give up on the springs idea. Unless, what if we just need wings on it? What if they'll, once it gets in the air... Hang on, another idea. I have all kinds of ideas still. Also, maybe the carts are heavy and I should find some, like, wood to use as a building material. Perhaps the problem wasn't that there weren't enough springs in tandem, or it linked up together, but rather that I didn't have enough springs, points of contact. I'm just going to use 2 carts and stick them together lengthwise so we make something like a square platform here. And on each and every corner, let's just try for a spring. I'm sort of assuming if they're facing the ground, it's better because then they push the ground a bit more. But we might try having them face upward also and see if that launches it a bit more. I don't have a good feeling about this, but I've got some feelings. It'll certainly be easy to get on this one anyway. Just put it over there on the spring. That was a slightly more satisfying air time we got, I would have said. So then maybe the thing is, we have these all as they are, but all angled 45 degrees, and then we put a stabilizer on it so that it'll stand up even though that's a ridiculous shape. Like I'm thinking like we put the stabilizer on the front, sorta, so that it knows that that's what should be up. But then for the rest of these... I lost half of the base somehow. Where did that go? A mystery we'll take to our graves, I suppose. Alright, I have no idea how well this is going to work. Well, I have a guess as to how well it's going to work, which is not very, if the past is any indication, but it's not going to stop me from trying. Let's do this sort of roughly in the middle there. Power it up, it'll stand up, break itself, that's an important step. Wow, I really didn't see that one coming, actually. Oh, did I put on the... No. No, I don't know. Go, thing, go! I don't understand how it can be an angle like this, and then it springs and it just stays on the ground. I might have just had a really good idea. Maybe not. But I'm going to give it a try. I might be hitting the stick limit again sometime soon, but what if I put a cart at the bottom of each leg? So it's got like a wide foot to it. Will that somehow make things stand a little better, and therefore maybe it'll roll a little better? You know, I would even take at this point. I guess I could always achieve the same with some wheels, but I would take a device that rolled forward that we could also bounce around in, just for kicks. Oh God! It lurched so violently to try and stabilize. Oh, it's because now that the stabilizer's out of tandem with the springs. Hang on, I can fix this. Oh yeah, because the carts do roll, so this might actually be the way. Because then once we get some motion with it, then it continues to roll. Maybe this one that's leaning like this should only have 2 or something. Oh, that's not right in the slightest. Or then again, maybe stabilizers on every wheel is the way to go. No, but then the carts won't roll. The point is that it sort of be like this. Oh right, no, that won't work anyway unless I rotate the carts a bit. Oh, maybe that's a good idea though. Because if I angle the carts, then when the spring is pushing the cart is all 4 wheels on the ground. So it has the most surface area pushing the ground. So maybe that would even be better for our springing if the carts were sort of at an angle. Something like that. Oh, I can't wait to see this maybe work. What? Where did the cart from this one... I swear carts are just disappearing. But once we save it as a favorite, it'll never disappear again. Assuming we get it to a point that's even slightly functional, which I don't think it's unfair to say is a bold assumption. Careful there. Okay. There is one trouble, is that it's a bit long to the point that I almost can't stand it upright. Okay, there we go. That's sort of where I'm trying to get to. If I turn it on now, though, it'll stand up backwards, right? Not forward, so it shouldn't mess things up. Control. Yeah! Oh, now it's on carts, and now we spring it. Hang on. I gotta spring it and then stay on it so that it rolls forward. Oh yeah, it's sluggishly moving along. Look at that! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! It was all worth it. It was all worth it for this moment. It doesn't control like amazingly well even still, but honestly, for the amount of time... Oh, that's where my carts have been going. For the amount of time we spent on it, though, I'm maybe even happy with just that. That we were able to get it to spring forward a little bit and then roll, kind of. Or was that because it was already on a hill, maybe? Damn it. Alright, you cart, get back here. Maybe one of these pairs of legs is extraneous or something. Like, maybe we don't need the 2 front ones or the 2 back ones. Especially if the back one's going to keep doing that. Let's get rid of them for a moment, see how that goes. I went backwards. I am undoubtedly moving now. No one can say this device is not moving. It does not necessarily move where you want it to, but this device moves, all right? You know what? I'm very happy with that. I think if we tweaked it, we could get it to go in a more consistent way, don't you? The real trouble is that to activate it, I have to let go, which means turning off the stabilizer for a second, so it leans too far to be useful. Ooh, I launched myself. That's fun. Why don't we try putting some wheels on the bottom of it and see if it then just becomes an awkward car. I mean, even then, actually, that would be pretty fun. We could at least have something to show for it. This like, hour-and-a-half long recording. That doesn't look right. Get on your feet, device. Oh my god, it's really going. Oh, I did actually point them the wrong way, I think, did I? Yes, I did. But how does that cooperate with the legs anyway? Could we now, with wheels and legs, could we, it's not doing anything. I'm moving it all around. Hang on, let's put them on right. It's going to leave without us. No, hang on. Maybe it won't. Oh, right, no, because right. The wheels aren't even spinning because I have to command it with the stick. Hang on. So now if I were to go something like this, no, the thing not moving is because of the stabilizer, I guess, because you can see the wheels are trying to spin. Maybe they can't handle this kind of weight. Whoa, we're backing it up, but I guess one of the wheels is touching the ground, the other one isn't. Because I'm just holding forward, not right now, not left or anything. Stick some stabilizers on these carts at the bottom, too. Or will that make things really awful? Do the wheels just not have enough power to spin like this? Or is the stabilizer what's preventing them from really working their magic? Having come so close to it now, actually my brain says that what I really want, instead of a leapfrog machine, though that would have been fun as we initially thought, my brain now really wants a device that is just like a car with 2 wheels, but it's just on kind of stilts because of the springs like this. Let's try making that. Oh my god! What if we... Oh, hang on, I have to try this. The stabilizer can be like the bow spray. Don't look yet, I'm not done. Well, I said stop looking, I'm not done yet. Hang on, wait, it's not finished. Oh, this is gonna be awesome. Oh, my friends, my friends. This is the day. This is the day that we get... God damn it! This is the day that we finally know what it means to be an engineer. This is a day of learning, a day of victory, and a day of enlightenment. I know learning and enlightenment are virtually... It means the same. God, this is not right. Very soon, I put it all on backwards. Nah, it's fine, it's fine. There is no backwards. It can pick... Front can be whichever way it goes. Enlightenment, my friends, is oh so deliciously close. The second I can get it to stick to the foot instead of the wheel. It's still not right. But the true enlightenment were the compromises we made along the way. And now, my friends, at this late hour in our adventuring, we have birthed a contraption that will carry us to this adventure and many beyond. I'm gonna favor that so I never have to build it again. My friends, colleagues, lovers. Cut that away. Hold thy breath and bear witness to the most majestic car adjacent thing you've ever seen on the roads. Do not look away. You witness a car's revival and the first day of a new dawn. Spring car lives! Woo-hoo! It's more than I could have ever imagined! Woo-hoo! Now all we need to do is get some cannons on this bad boy, and the world will know that Link the Great approaches! Kaboom! Kablam! Kaslam! Oh, I was so worried it wouldn't work, but I should never have been worried for... We have our first victims, my friends. Perish! Oh, yes. Spring car is our magnum opus of a vehicle. Let's see if we can hop up this ledge with it after the battery comes back. How much does it take to build this? 63! No! Oh, it just broke all the shit. Well, it's fine. If we have all the parts, we can just make it rebuild it again. Come on, just find them all. Yep, there we go. That goes there. That goes there. Yep, that goes there. This goes here. There we go. Built. Perfection. I can't imagine why anyone would have said that this was a problem at any stage. Can I hop up ledges with it? I really hope I can. I mean, the stabilizers on the top might make it so that it could be like sort of an all-terrain vehicle. The springs don't really like jump it. They just kind of make it all springy and tall and weird. Hey, but I mean, does it work or does it work? Let's go try oh, sorry, a roadkill. Pardon me, birds. Let's try climbing a mountain with it, see how it stays up. The height of it actually might make a difference, because then it means, like, when you're climbing a tall mountain like this, you know, maybe, wow, these are the most unobservant birds, the ones in this kingdom. Oh, dear. Oh, it doesn't really handle the hills well. That's getting there. It probably would be, this would be a task better suited to those monster wheels you can get. Ah, but for driving around the open plains, what could be better than spring car? And actually, the two-leg formation of it kind of makes it stabilize well enough. When you, like, hit a snag or whatever. I'm kind of in awe that this thing works even slightly as well as it does, but I do kind of love it. Though initially in this episode, I sort of had my heart set on making some kind of, like, froggy machine that would sort of be, like, sort of small and nimble. It would only take, like, 8 springs or so it would only cost, like, 20 to make. And then it would sort of bounce along in any sort of terrain you came across. You'd be able to bounce it back and forth. Since the springs don't work this way, That way we're able to make a funny, stupid car. You know what? I'm totally happy with this outcome instead. I love that the legs aren't like in the same spot really at all either. And it does pick up some pretty considerable speed if you're on open terrain like this. Probably if you had a lot more wheels, you can make something that goes much faster, but... I mean, look at Spring Car. I mean, is this not totally worth all the hours we put into it? I dare say it is. Oh, man. Just drifting around the open plain with this thing is so satisfying. We're so high up on it that enemies can't even tell we're here when we're standing on it. When we fall off, it's a bit of a different story, I guess. Don't shoot me, don't shoot me, don't shoot me, don't shoot me. I'm building something. Don't shoot me, don't shoot me, don't shoot me. Hang on, it broke apart, okay? I'm just trying to fix it. Fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it. Fix it, fix it, fix it. Fixing! The fixing is happening right now! Oh my god, look at it! I love the way the frame rate tanks as it builds the whole thing up. Side and read you. Let's show these losers how it's done, shall we? You call that a vehicle? I'm gonna take your... you get over here. You think you know what's good for you? Can I shoot an arrow from this thing? No, I can't. It's got a bit of a turning radius on it. No one will deny. You fools, you fiends! Sorry, horse. If nothing else, it makes a perfect vantage point from which to... I didn't have a bow. From which to leap into combat! Drawing your... I went too high. Hang on. Let me just wait till I come back around a minute, and then I can get a nice little... Pew! 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 And that's how we do it in vehicular engineering school. Sorry about all that, horse. Horse, you're not gonna have a good time. Hang on. Let me just, calm. It's fine. I'm just gonna walk you backwards out of here, buddy. Okay? Get out of the spokes of my car, please. There you go, alright? I don't think you want to be carrying this thing around anymore, do you? Oh, I can't actually get the wagon off it. Well, I guess that's there forever. Let's see what they had on them. More arrows! Perfect! It's about the number I spent killing them. But all their bits as well. Oh, and some more arrows from them. Well, I think we can all agree that this was 2 hours well spent. I'm sort of memeing, but I mean, in addition to this just being a silly and fun thing that we made, I do have a better idea of what sort of the limitations of the building and stuff all are now, so perhaps it could help us make it. We'll do another one of these episodes closer to the end of the game, and oh, after a while, he just gets out of the ground himself. We'll do another one of these, like, closer to the end, and we'll have more parts and more wisdom and ages accrued knowledge. What did I just run over? But for now, I'm quite pleased with this result here. I wonder what kind of vehicle we should try and make next, and probably fail at. We should make one that's like those big monster truck wheels. We need to find one that does those, so that we can just make one that's just, it's just like a line of like 12 of them with a little control point on top. So you're just driving this like stick of wheels. If we put a few like, if we found some spikes to stick to the front of this thing, and then maybe threw a shock emitter or beam emitter or something on this thing, I mean, it could be a serviceable assault vehicle as well. Case in point, look how it'll help us get to the top of this battle talus here. And normally it would be so challenging to get to the top of, right? Not with Spring Car, it won't, ow. Okay, maybe it'll be difficult with Spring Car. Maybe Spring Car won't solve everything. Run! But that is all for this episode of Tears of the Kingdom, silly though it was. I mean, we got Spring Car out of it. We didn't get nothing. Next video on the channel is going to be some more Fire Emblem Three Houses Verdant Wind Assassins. Last time on, we had a very, very tense episode. This next one's going to be nice and chill though, because it's time for the ball, don't you know? Which means dancing and romance and not murder. Hopefully. And next time here, we'll be back on our quest of actually doing shrines and important stuff. But that was good fun, and we certainly learned a lot. So thank you so very much for coming around. Hopefully I will see you around. Emerald's gonna be out of here now. Peace! Pardon me. Sorry, Fox. Woohoo! Woohoo! Yeah. Oh, yeah. Woohoo! Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hi, rhinos.